I had to get out of my comfort zone. I mean, every once in a while, you got to, sometimes, especially certain times in life, you just feel that push and you're like, all right, like I have to take this opportunity. I have to take a leap. And that's where the growth is when you put yourself out there, put yourself in a situation where you might, you're like, okay, I know I need to do this. There's uncertainty about it. But I mean, with everything, there's risk and reward. And really, there's growth too. And growth comes with being out of your comfort zone. And
it usually works out too if you just stick to your guns on it and really, do it right. As long as you don't like make the decision and then like, I don't, for lack of a better word, like pussy out. You know what I mean? That
is a terrible word to use. But to get cold feet.
Cold feet.
How we would say that. Yes.
That's great.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, I mean, if you don't, cold feet.
No wonder he's on the bottom of the bill.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a PR nightmare.
Yeah. So yes, I was always just drawn to Atlanta, especially. I mean, I'm seeing all these bands that really, really inspired me, and anytime like any of those bands that I really loved back in the day, which I still enjoy their music quite a bit, it was Atlanta where I was seeing them. And sometimes, I mean, they come down to Florida too. You don't even know you're in it or that like this is, until you look back on it. Years later, you're like, oh, wow, those experiences helped shape me and get me into a, direction where I wanted to go. And, and just showing up as a youngster and traveling out of town or with some people you don't know that well, but you're like, these are my new, my friends. Like, we're going to go just do this. That's part of the same thing about being like, when an opportunity knocks, when the iron's high, strike that shit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like also in those in a place like Atlanta and bigger markets as well, there's you have like record labels and you have booking agencies and management. People that are kind of on the ground. That if you are on the ground too, will see. First off, they're easier to get in touch with. They get to know who you are just from being out in the scene and you being out in the scene. Yeah. Whereas like if you're in a market like this, it's more of like you have to reach out to them and you have to just work a little bit harder to get on their radar.
You do. There's a lot of people who, I mean, and a lot of really serious artists will move to those bigger major markets because one, the competition's stiffer. So if you are serious about the competition and want to show them what's up, those major markets are kind of the place to do it. If you stand out in a city like that means you can really, and that's where the management and the booking agent and the agencies are going to look and say, okay, we can go with this. And also, it's going to be easier to build a bigger following just because there's way more people in those markets.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's easier to attract, there's not as many fans in Jacksonville who are into your style of music or something, or maybe it's harder to reach them or find them. In a city, like in a major market, there's way more of those people who are into it because there's just more people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I feel like some of those major markets too, especially in the type of stuff we do, are more in tune to that type of thing.
Well, there's something that you said about diversity and culture that it exposes people to more and makes them just more open-minded about newer things coming out. Yeah. Not to say Jacksonville doesn't have people that are open-minded. I mean, I love Jacksonville, and the scene here I think is pretty strong. If you go to like a place like Atlanta or New York or whatever, it's like just the diversity in culture there really exposes people to something that you don't get in other cities, and I think that makes you more open to different influences in your art, so people can try new things and they're just ready to accept those new things, you know.
Completely agree with everything you just said. I think there's a massive amount of talent in Jacksonville, but I think it's also harder, like some of that talent doesn't get recognized as much because it's not in a bigger market or it's not being,
Well, you got to get,
does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. If you're going to be in a market like this, you have to just make sure that you're going on the road and that people in those bigger markets do see you.
That's exactly what Greenhouse Lounge did. I said, okay, early on, I was like, all right, now that we're playing decent shows here, time to take this show on the road. As a musician, if you want to grow, your fan base, if you want to do this on a bigger level, let's take this show on the road, baby.
Yeah, totally. That's what you have to do. And you have to make it happen yourself these days. You can't wait for somebody to discover you, especially in a place where there's not really people looking to discover people, right? So it's like
the game has changed.
Yeah, you got to just kind of be grinding it and doing it all yourself.